Jaime's the type of guy that would start his own fan page. We need to stop these, like, Jaime is the type of guy, it's kind of jokes. I bet Jaime owns a t-shirt museum. Why? Because I've got a lot of them, or because they're old? I heard punch holes sank the Titanic. I heard that was probably one of the best jokes. That's right, it's that time of the week. I am Jaime Rivera, this is Pocketnow, and this is the Pocketnow Daily Recap, your comments for last week. So on Monday, the topic was that Apple is working on bringing back Touch ID to a certain degree, and I asked you, like, what would you prefer, Touch ID, Face ID, both? We had 494 comments. Give me Touch ID and I'll upgrade from my 6S, which has been a beast for 3 years straight. I think the iPhone 6S was probably my least favorite iPhone, but I do understand why a lot of people like Touch ID. I mean, I find that same case with the iPhone 8 Plus, which is another option you've got. I still prefer Touch ID instead of Face ID. I don't use Face ID. You know, it's funny, I don't prefer Face ID up unless you're in New York in cold weather, you want to unlock your phone, and you can't take your gloves off. That's when it makes a lot of sense. I want a toe print scanner. You probably have a jealous wife, don't you? Then on Tuesday, we were surprised to see Lenovo make the hot news because they launched the phone with the first Snapdragon 855 processor, or at least they announced that we were going to get it in early January, and I asked you, what was your top of mind from this company? We had 355 comments. Meanwhile, my laptop has only 4 gigs of RAM, and yes, that's because the news were that this phone would have between 10 or 12 gigs of RAM. I'm actually saying between 10 or 12 because the news were 12, but I don't believe it, and so I'm kind of skeptical. 12 gigs of RAM plus poor memory management is probably worse than 6 gigs of RAM and an excellent memory management. Let's see what Lenovo can do with 12 gigs. We've seen OnePlus doing things like using the extra RAM to leave portions of apps in order to help them launch quicker. Hopefully that's the case. More RAM is just making developers less obliged to optimize their apps, which sucks. Good point there. Then on Wednesday, the topic was the possible OnePlus 7 5G variant that we saw leaked in images. I asked you, what did you think about the device? We had 364 comments. It looks like old Nokia Lumia 1020. Yes, indeed, and I hope that means that we get such a great camera that that's the reason why we have that design. 5G is not the way to go as of now, no infra as of yet, lesser range, lesser penetration, and will make phones more expensive. That's not accurate, like, at all, but I get your point, but you have to remember this is still an LTE phone, so while 5G gets deployed, you're still gonna have an LTE phone, dude. It reminds me of Nokia and Moto smartphones, kinda yuck to be honest. Really? Those were really good designs. Then on Thursday, the topic was the iPad Pro Bendgate, because that's a thing now. We found tablets that are coming out of the box bent. Apple responded that this is normal, and we had 564 comments. I asked you what you thought. Consumer, I just bought an iPad Pro and it bent. Apple, great job, son. You're using it like a real pro. Yeah, because now Apple's gonna pretty much claim that they invented the foldable tablet category, right? Definitely not a good look for Apple. Needs to be addressed now, and no, not their everything is fine statement, even if it's simply a little more stringent in quality control. You know, it's not normal behavior for people to try to bend their tablets, but if a product bends just out of the blue or coming out of the box, then definitely that makes no sense. I feel that products should be more rigid, and I feel that in the case of the iPad Pro, this new design, it has everything to do where that magnet for the Apple Pencil is, plus the fact that it doesn't have the taper in the borders, which provided more structural rigidity. So, I don't know, man. Nothing in life is straightforward. Bob from Apple Customer Care. Yes. All right. Good one. And then finally, Friday, we talked about the leaks of Samsung Bright Night mode as probably their new night mode. I asked you, what did you think? What did you want from this feature? We had 358 comments. I just want a great low light photography, and that's about it. I hope Samsung delivers. The company has been doing a really good job. I mean, I will have an After the Buzz video of the Galaxy S9 Plus very soon. So as soon as we get One UI. As soon as we get One UI.
It's been 84 years.
And one of the things that I'm going to show you is just how much Samsung has improved low light with software updates over time, thanks to the aperture that already exists on the phone. So another feature with longer exposure, that would be great. Should have named it Dark Night. Fine. Yeah, true. I love the name Bright Night, and I'm optimistic about the camera features. Yeah, I have to say it, man. I mean, Samsung has been killing it with their camera performance lately. I feel that they need to do a better job with shutter speed in low light. So if they come up with a Bright Night mode where it would take an initial shot and then, you know, provide some software tweaking to make it better, I think that would be a great combination. Let's see what the company ends up bringing. That's it for the Pocketnow Daily Recap. Thank you so much for watching. If you want your comments to be featured, keep them short, stick to the point, and try to get some thumbs up. It helps us spot them a lot easier. You can also follow us on social media, subscribe to both our channels, English and Spanish, for more videos like this one. You can follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, or on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.